Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Attorney General Bondi, welcome. Welcome to the committee. Good to see you. When we visited prior to your confirmation, we had, I think, a really good discussion about some of the statistics that, unfortunately, we have held the #1 place for far too long in areas that we really don't like in terms of the increased number of deaths due to fentanyl between 22 and 23, an increase by over 40% when other states around the country were seeing that go down. We're doing a little bit better, not enough, because one death due to fentanyl is one death too many, as we would all agree. But also when it comes to violent crime, it's stunning for many people to hear a senator like me say that Alaska's violent crime rate was more than 540% of the national average in 2023. It's like stunning, just stunning, right? And so I think we had good conversation about that, what you could do in your position to help prioritize combating violent crime. I'm going to channel a little bit of Alaskans' conversations. We don't have much of an ICE presence in Alaska. We just haven't. We had 2 Russians seeking asylum a couple years ago when the war in Ukraine broke out. ICE didn't know what to do with them because we just didn't have a presence here. And all of a sudden, we're now on the map. We have those that are being detained in our local jail that were flown up to the state several weeks ago to be detained up there. So there's a lot of chatter about what is going on. And what I'm hearing, the fear that I am hearing, and I'd like you to just put to rest some of the concerns that Alaskans are having. They're worried that immigration enforcement is being prioritized over combating violent crime. And they're worried as they're seeing FBI and DEA coming in, assisting ICE in immigration enforcement. Again, many of the stories that we're hearing, it's not necessarily criminals that they are making the news. It's one individual who has been a restaurant owner down in Soldotna for the past 20 years, and his children are all integrated into the community. You've heard these stories many, many, many times. So I need to know, for Alaskans' sake, the response as to whether or not immigration enforcement is being prioritized over combating violent crime, and whether increased resources, whether it's staff or funding, are being sent to the state to help us cover the added workload. So that's my question. You've got a runway of about 2 minutes here to help me out.
Thank you, Senator. I learned more about Alaska from you in our meeting prior to my confirmation hearing than I ever knew, and we have talked about it.
And you're still invited to come up and see for yourself.
We have a trip planned, and we have some information for you on that trip, and that also we wanted to talk about the missing and murdered Indigenous people and the tribal resource response plans. Right. We wanted to visit some of those areas in a different setting. We can give you more details on that. Good. But we have 2 dates or 3 would like to run by you if that works, and 2 locations would like to go to. But yes, we've added 2 FBI agents in Alaska. We're adding more. Director Patel and I have talked about Alaska at great length. He met with you about Alaska as well, and what we can do. I'm going to try to talk fast. We have criminally charged 39 defendants over the last 4 months under Operation Take Back America, nationwide, though, to eliminate the cartels and transnational gangs. And the District of Alaska, has already, we have charged 39, I don't know if you knew that, 39 criminal defendants just in Alaska under Take Back America, more throughout the country. But we're going to continue to fight. Your demographic is so unusual, and the hours of darkness and the temperatures and your lack of resources and your tribal population that we are working. I have also spoken to our new Gadi Saralta, who will be our new U.S. Marshal. about getting you additional resources in Alaska. I've spoken to Gaddy at length about that as well, and as soon as he is in place in office, we want to sit down and meet with you about that.
Well, I appreciate all that, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity for you to come to the state. So I am hearing you saying that you are committing more resources to this effort,
Yes.
which we're very thankful for, and as you have heard very clearly, we desperately needed, given the statistics as they relate to violent crime and of course, fentanyl. And so the specific ask is whether or not immigration enforcement is being prioritized over combating violent crime. And I just want to know that we're not taking the eye off the ball there.
And Senator, before you walked in, I think senators on both sides of the aisle shared that same concern, and it is not and it will not. A lot of it does go hand in hand, though, getting the illegal aliens who are violent criminals out of our country, but it will not. And I believe we've also seized 4.5, I think this is right, kilos of fentanyl since January in Alaska, but we will not forget about Alaska. We will prioritize Alaska and do everything we can to increase resources to help you and the citizens of your state.
Very good, and thank you. And I will be following up with a phone call regarding a NOFA for the delay in the release of some OVC tribal set-asides. So you've given us all encouragement to give you a call and know that we'll be
Please.
doing that with regards to Mountain Village.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.